Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Chat Show podcast. I'm your host, Justin Everett. I know it's been a few months since I've done a Chat Show podcast show, but I've been busy with other things, and better late than never, so I'm getting back into it today. Today's episode, or webisode, of the Chat Show podcast is a little bit different. It's not comical or funny. It's me interviewing country singer Roger Kirby. He has a band called Texas Heartbeat, and I interviewed him in Granger, Texas. And it's a very interesting interview, so take a listen. So yeah, my first question would just be, what made you want to start doing music?
Well, my dad was a musician and had a band when I was growing up, and so I learned to play guitar and piano when I was about 10 or 11 years old.
Wow.
And then my brother and I started a rock and roll band when we were teenagers, and I've been playing ever since.
Wow, that's amazing. So do you feel that it's important to keep classic country music alive in this day and age? You know, with all the way country music has changed and its newer styles, your band kind of does a classic country type thing. Do you feel that's important to keep that old classic country alive in this day and age?
Yeah, absolutely. Country music, as everybody knows, was originated by families back in the old days. Family members playing guitars and singing. They sang about things that they knew about family life, and some of it includes bars and girlfriends and whatever. But the style of music from the 40s and the 50s and even the 60s, that style will last forever. And I think that some of the newer music is just it's a phase, and it'll start reverting back to what is true classic country. It won't go away. It's just there's so many opportunities for these young people to put their personalities in the music, but eventually they're going to start coming back to what is really country.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Because nowadays, especially, there's the newer styles of country, and we don't hear a lot of the old, like Ray Price and Johnny Lee type stuff nowadays. But your band, I like how you guys do a lot of covers of old country songs, and even your original songs on this new CD, they sound like those old classic country songs you'd hear back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and that's what I liked about y'all's CD. Y'all kept that old classic country sound alive, and we need more artists like that nowadays, because lots of them want to follow the new fads of the new country, which I don't really care for. I like the classic country, so I like how you guys kept that alive, and I'm glad you feel it's important to keep that alive.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And one thing that just occurred in the last couple of weeks was my good buddy, who was a co-writer on all of those songs with me, he passed away, and we buried him about a week ago. So that's a touching thing for me right now. But he was also raised like me in the old classic country days, and so. Oh yeah. But we'll carry on with what we love to do.
We need more bands like y'all to keep that classic country sound alive. Definitely. Yeah. So how'd you come up with the name Texas Heartbeat? Where did the name come from?
My oldest daughter came up with that name. We had thrown around several names like Texas Fever and that sort of thing, and I started this band in 1989. And there was something that was used in advertising for Chevrolet pickup. It was Heartbeat of America.
Yeah.
And my daughter liked that. The bumper sticker she saw. And we came up with it from there.
Wow. Too bad y'all don't know who owned that bumper sticker. Y'all need to thank them. Hey, we saw it, and now that's our name for the band. It's a great name, though. Definitely just sums up what Texas country music is. Texas Heartbeat. I love it. Now, you said Elvis Presley's one of your musical inspirations. I'm a big fan of Elvis. He's my favorite. Now, have you been to Graceland at Sun Records?
Yes.
Good. I was going to say, if you're an Elvis fan, it's a law. You have to go. I've been 3 times. Now, what is something you love about him that just made you, that let him inspire you? What's one thing you love about Elvis?
Well, first of all, his voice. Of course, there's no one ever could come close to Elvis with the quality of voice.
He had a distinct style, yes.
Yes, and when I first started trying to sing, I tried to listen to the way he phrased and the way and tone of his voice, and so that's how I form the way I sing. But also, what I loved about him was when I was younger, all the women loved him, and
Yeah.
I wanted a girl. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I got one. So,
Well, yeah.
but his talent was way beyond most
Oh
people.
yeah, definitely. And his career just spanned over those 50, 60, 70s, those 3 decades. It's just amazing. So I can understand how he'd be a big influence for you. Would you say your wife Charlene is a big supporter of the band and just loves what you do and everything?
She is absolutely fantastic.
Awesome.
She is the behind the scenes driving force for the band.
Wow.
Because we all have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
She's constantly doing advertising,
Wow.
Facebook work, all kinds of things to bring people to the dances.
Yeah.
And our crowds know where we're playing mostly because of her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's right there when I'm unloading the trailer. Sometimes it's just her and she and I, and we work together as a team, and we always have. But
That's great.
She is so much of a support.
Right, and that's great just to have a wife who supports the music and what you do and everything. Now, are any of your children or grandchildren doing anything with music or involved in music at all?
I've got one granddaughter that plays the piano.
Okay.
She's 12 years old.
Yeah.
And she's a good singer.
Good,
She
yeah.
has sang on stage with me a couple
Wow.
times. And
Yeah.
So, and she's in the junior high band,
Yeah.
gonna be, and so I think she's going to do something to me.
Well, that's good. You were able to pass down your tradition of music and keep it in the family.
Yeah.
So that's a very good thing. And just my last question is, what are some things you're hoping this new CD does for the band and the fans?
Well, like all bands, I want to stay at the top of my game, and I guess the CD for me is one of the more important ways to put out to other people who haven't heard us.
Yeah.
If they can at least hear what we sound like, maybe they'll keep coming.
Yeah.
Our main goal, like the polka dances, is to keep the crowds coming.
Exactly. Yeah.
And make sure that the halls make money.
Yeah.
There's only a few ways that we can do that nowadays, and one of them is through CDs.
Absolutely.
And it's great that the polka beat is taking a little interest in all of these bands. Y'all do so much to keep these dances going. You don't know your value, but I do, because we don't have something like polka beat in country music so much. Y'all are helping the country now too, like polka, but before polka beat, there's nothing.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Is this y'all's first CD, your debut CD, or have y'all released other ones?
Yeah, this is really kind of our debut. I've got a lot of personal CDs out there that I give away to people, some of my friends, and I've probably got 5 or 6 CDs, and I've recorded, I don't know, 100 songs maybe. Yeah. My friend and I had written 40 or 50 songs together, the one that just passed away. So we've done a lot of work in that area.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's great. Well, keep it up and keep up the good songs and the old classic country, because we need a lot of that nowadays. We need more classic country.